Galactic Federation of Light Update, April 14, 2015. 13 Khan, 2 Kankan, 11 Ik. Selamajaran. We come once again with very good news. Those who are working with our associates in the fields of banking and money report that a number of vital funds are now being released. These various preliminary fundings are to make the scheduling of a number of prosperity programs viable. Thus, we are further along on the road to getting the prosperity funds released, and with that, reasons for the rise of new governance. All of this is just additional proof that you are finally to receive a large prosperity package in the coming weeks. In fact, these events are as well to bring all of us closer to disclosure. We have never been as close to the point where disclosure is to happen. Our fleet has carefully monitored Gaia for over 2 decades. She is going through an extinction cycle for large numbers of plants and animals. Her various environments continue to be ravished by the Dark Cabal and their many henchmen. This is why Gaia has increased a number of responses to this continued destruction to her ecosystems. We strongly advise that those so responsible cease and desist from these vile acts. Gaia is prepared to defend these endangered environments. While these matters are serious, you can alleviate them by protesting and asking for some form of relief. In fact, let us state with certainty that your service realm is rapidly approaching a point of no return regarding its numerous global ecosystems. What is required is a firm movement against the Dark Cabal and its heinous ways. At present, you possess the ability to intervene and force the needed change. We expect that only the work of our earthly allies can do this effectively. There is technology, which in the near past has greatly aided Gaia and her ongoing travails. In secret, many are currently contributing to this relief. We thank you graciously for your kind assistance. It is as well our task to aid Gaia in resisting these numerous unkind acts by the Dark. These are only some of the residual programs being carried out by these rapscallions. We are being further aided by the Agarthans who are using their clandestine positions to sabotage these horrendous acts. Soon, the work of our associates is to bring you new governance and an end to this nonsense. As you read this, constantly keep in mind that money and banking are only temporary measures. The main solution is to just do away with money at the proper time. Ahead of you is a technology whose sole purpose is to replace this present system. This system, which you currently know and use, is a very clever invention of the Dark. As long as it fully exists, you are in some fashion an unknowing slave to it. The Dark thus developed this financial system as a very clever way to keep you in a state of willing manipulation. The Dark was in its last stages of using its various toys to complete its total ownership of you. The Anunnaki and their earthly minions had a plan that was to reach its zenith in late 1996. Before this happened, a general decree by the Antaran Continuum threw this into total disarray. Their point of final control vanished and the Anunnaki were forced to concede the game to heaven. The minions refused to do so and were temporarily thrown for a grand loop. The outcome was a series of conflicts, which led to 9/11, and another shot at the Anunnaki's grand scheme. This second scenario began to fail even before the 2 towers were down. The light succeeded in bringing a great wave of peace, which calmed down the world. To counter this, the Dark passed the 2 American Patriot Acts and started a false flag operation called the War on Terror. This had some preliminary successes. However, the entire effort was ultimately doomed to failure. New organizations now exist, which are to pull this globe from this vile agenda. The Dark is now watching as the US dollar, once so supreme just after the end of World War II, is dismally reaching the end of its usefulness. The dollar is to be replaced by a new world of precious metal-backed currencies led by a group of regional monies. The banking system is as well to be freed from the grip of the Federal Reserve. This new banking system, as we have said, is quickly to be replaced by technologies that are to end the economic system founded on debt and usury and replace it with abundance and joy. This new technology is also to free you from continuing on your road to oblivion. Hosanna. Hosanna. Namaste. We are your ascended masters. Blessings to heaven and to all who so graciously moved this great healing cause forward. Many groups, who are long associated with our efforts to free and heal you of the oppression of your dark masters, have worked a most appreciated wonder. They have permitted a number of trusts to be allowed to fund a number of special bonds and humanitarian funds. In a few weeks these monies are to be finally delivered. This means that Master Saint Germain and others can begin to finish the deliveries of the many prosperity funds. Many of you are thus very close to receiving a general delivery of these prosperity programs. We are most joyous that a part of the healing for you is at hand. The dark has long delayed this, and a first crack in their denial of us is now there to be seen by all. This crack is about to be greatly widened by other programs, which are destined to see the glorious light of day. Over the last few weeks, heaven has unleashed a number of truly wonderful energies. These lights are setting up baselines in all your chakras. These elementary readings are to be compared against what you recently registered, to garner a true measure of how you are presently progressing. The ever-changing healing arts need this to better judge your present state of health. When the time comes, your rising consciousness, as well as your ever-growing new chakras, is to be a more accurate gauge of your state of healing. We intend, once various lessons are given, to assist you in a general global healing. This exercise is to ready you for what the Agarthans and the many who comprise your spiritual family wish to do. That is, to move you securely onto a road which leads to contact. At that moment, you can finally hear the Agarthans, who have been our protectors for millennia. Most of you are well aware that this realm is either headed for a mass catastrophe or for a most deserved redemption. We have worked with heaven to clear the path toward redemption. The fleets of ships that currently surround us are just another reason why this surface realm is truly headed for redemption. The Dark Cabal finally realizes that the fate of this world does not rest with them. Remain positive and centered on your many wondrous missions. You are never alone. We, or those who guide you in heaven, continuously monitor you. Be ever aware of this and ask us in some way to aid you. We are pledged to comfort you and provide some way to help you. Please pray and ask for our help. We do so in joy. It is difficult for many to see this. Nevertheless, we are there. In many ways, this time is the dark before the dawn. Be ready to watch the sunrise, and be in ethereal joy for it. Hallelujah! Today, we have continued our messages on this journey of yours. We understand all that it entails for you. At times it is most frustrating and worrisome. Notice that the light is winning and soon all of this is to be looked at by you as only a truly horrible, dark dream. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya, Syrian for B1. And be in joy. Channeled by Sheldon Neidl. www.paoweb.com